Yo, 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 this is Ty, the official TAI. Welcome back to my channel. Today, in lieu of being purposeful, because that's what we do, right? That's what we do. I just want to give y'all a weekly recap from last week and what to expect this week. First of all, I have information on the Russian inflation. Yeah, gas and all that good stuff that's going up even more than what it already was. I got a little explanation for y'all and what's going on with that, as well as the government shutdown. Did you know that last Friday we almost had a government shutdown? Well, somehow overnight before Friday of last week, they were actually able to come to some agreements. Not for the stimulus check, but so that way there wouldn't be a government shutdown, paying the military and stuff like that. So funds were found for that. And because of those high gas prices, find out exactly which state is giving out $400 this week. Yes, so there's $400 going out this week for each registered insured vehicle. Each registered and insured vehicle. Find out which state is getting those effective this week. Eviction moratorium, y'all, has been extended or will be extended or something like that. Find out which state that's affected by. As well as the student loan payment pause. Yes, there's actually talk that there's going to be another student loan payment pause. Believe it or not, cross your fingers, y'all, to the end of this year. Stay tuned for details on that. And of course, I have your pandemic EBT for school year 2021, 2022. There's new states added already, believe it or not. As well as for February, somehow another state dropped on there. So I have another state left for you for that as well. Literally, updated states for your March 2022 emergency SNAP allowance. And believe it or not, there's actually a list for summer pandemic EBT. Only one of them has a dollar amount, but it's 3 states now. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And of course, I'm not a financial advisor and accountant. I'm just here for entertainment purposes. What you do with the content of this video is not my fault. Yep, I had to say it. Welcome back to my channel, y'all. Yes, the Russian inflation, the gas inflation, because of the pipelines and the gas, and we're not taking it from Russia anymore, and womp. Yeah, well, all of that is now affecting us. I don't know how, y'all, even to the fact that they were able to come up with an agreement, those down at the White House would come up to an agreement and actually even was able to give funds, was able to even come up with funds for Ukraine. I don't know, y'all. Not for the U.S. for stimulus checks, but for the Ukraine. Anyway, stay tuned for that. All right, so Russian inflation, or should I say the gas inflation. The U.S. will no longer import Russian oil. And we already know it's because of the invasion against Ukraine, obviously. Of course, nobody really wants to go to war with the Russians. So we're going to hit them in the pockets. That's how you really hit them now. If you grown, you don't really just tussle anymore. You actually get them where it hurts, mentally and in their pockets. That's how you really affect somebody, right? Right. With that being said, President Biden is not having it. The president even said that the attack is on an economic war now. Smarter, y'all, not harder, right? Everything's not always physical. Attacking trades and financial standings from the Ukraine is smarter than actually going to war with them. It's not our fight, basically. Comment below. Do you think it's our fight? I mean, I don't know. Tell me how you feel about that. So again, it's not our fight, but it is the United States' financial responsibility somehow, right? Whatever. Comment below your thoughts. Because of all that, gas prices, as we already know, have taken a hike. They're either in between $4.19 and about $6 per gallon. That's the highest since 2008, y'all. I just want to put that out there. With that being said, people are paying at least $45 per 10 gallons. I'm just saying, comment below, how much is gas where you are right now? I don't know about y'all, but this just shows to me a need for more domestic, like, at home in the United States, distribution. We need to get our own people at work and not necessarily always outsource outside the country. Comment below for how you feel about that. Again, this is just my thoughts on what I've been thinking. Anyway, the reason why the gas is able to fluctuate and jump up even before, Ukraine really took over was just because of a threat, just like the stock market. Now, the prices of oil can fluctuate and it jumps up so high and it is allowed to price gouge, I should say, because this is traded globally. So it's more like guns and butter, supply and demand. In my macroeconomics class when I was in college, that's literally how it was. If there's a demand for something, obviously. So all I can say, y'all, is prepare for an inflation. It is possible that what goes up eventually has to go down. It is possible that they may come up with some kind of agreement and then eventually, the gas prices will decrease. However, it won't be overnight the way they increase it overnight. So go ahead and fill your tank up and use Experian, y'all. Democrats unveiled a plan to issue quarterly checks to the Americans by taxing oil companies that made huge profits off our backs, basically. Yeah, this may cause a 6-month-long, $300 a month voucher to Americans, to low and mid-income Americans, of course, aka to those that received the last 2 stimmy checks. However, 2 of the companies that they do plan on charging, or taxing, I should say, is Exxon and Chevron. They may pay up to 50% of profits in taxes, or they'll be forced to lower their gas prices. Yes, that's right. Go ahead and mandate them, because right now they living good, y'all. right, and more details about this government shutdown that was supposed to happen on Friday, right? But it didn't because they came up with $1.5 trillion, y'all. And just so you know, of that sudden $1.5 trillion deal, it also includes about $14 billion for emergency funds for Ukraine. So that's what I was saying. There's no stimulus check that they can come up with and agree. However, about $14 billion, yes, y'all, is included in that, also saved us from the government shutdown and, taking care of the government, the federal employees and all that good stuff. It's going to Ukraine, y'all. So like here's a couple dollars. I don't know what to tell you. Good luck with you. I'ma holler at y'all because this is not our fight. Comment below. Is this the United States fight, y'all? Should they have given them this money or should they have used that money for stimulus packages? But again, there's money that's always put aside for emergency funds. I guess what the United States is going through is not considered an emergency, right? Right. Anyway, with that being said, moving forward, the state of Michigan, y'all. The state of Michigan is really getting it right now. The state of Michigan has a $400 refund check for drivers per vehicle. Not per driver, per vehicle, okay? Again, this is only for vehicles in the state of Michigan. With that being said, it's going to be a total of about $3 billion in surplus funds. So those that didn't take care of the rental assistance, take advantage of those programs and things like that, well, the state of Michigan is still giving this money out in other ways. So shout out to them for doing this to y'all and all your motorists that are actually insured and, on the road legally and all that good stuff, right? Anyway, if you want more information on this, the Michigan Catastrophic Claims Association, MCCA, is who's heading this. So Google it, find out if you're from the state of Michigan that have auto insurance for each vehicle. $400 checks for each insured vehicle. You should be receiving these checks by May 9th of 2022. By May 9th, no later than that, they're saying it should be in your mailboxes. Again, if you have any other questions, contact the MCCA, the Michigan Catastrophic Claims Association. Also, is $80 for each insured historic vehicle. This is being paid out to vehicles that are registered, that have paid up insurance as of October 31st of 2021. Eviction moratorium extended. Unless you're being evicted because of drugs or criminal activity, you cannot be evicted until December 31st of 2022. Yes, so shout out to the Los Angeles County residents of California. Again, no evictions, and this is supposed to assist those that are 80% or below of the poverty level of Los Angeles County, California. So shout out to y'all for that one. All right, and almost at the end, student loan payments, y'all. How about student loan payments? We already know have been deferred until May of 2022, right? With that being said, it's word out that right now it may well be extended until the end of 2022. So with that being said, of course, nothing's written in stone. I just want to tell y'all that, get your hopes up high. And I only say that because student loan debtors have already been contacted and have been directed to not, I repeat, not send out letters to remind borrowers that their payments are going to be due effective May of 2022 because it may well be getting extended to the end of December and there's no confusion. And your PEBT 3.0 for school year 2021-2022. I have more states, believe it or not. I am now at 21 states, y'all. Yes, 21 states, which include Colorado, Delaware, Florida, Guam, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, Minnesota, Nebraska, New Mexico, North Carolina, Ohio, Puerto Rico, Rhode Island, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. And yes, I said states, but we do know that Guam and Puerto Rico are U.S. territories. I had to put that out there before you go ahead and start commenting below. With that being said, of these 21 states that are now approved, they're slowly increasing, y'all. And again, this is for school year 2021-2022 PEBT 3.0. We only say 3.0 because it's the third time that they're giving this out. That's all. Nothing big to worry about, and it's probably still going to be on the same cards. With that being said, Colorado, August to December of 2021, you should be getting that this year in 2022. January to May, you should also be getting that in August of 2022. That was for the state of Colorado. For Delaware, August and September and February of 2022. December and January and April, October and November and March, and February and March and May, April and June, and so on and so on. Florida says every 2 weeks starting in April. Guam, summer only. So yes, that is going to be on the summer list for the summer pandemic EBT. Look forward for that at the end of this video. Indiana, they're saying they're going to be paying out on a quarterly basis. Louisiana, August to October of last year, you should be receiving that February of 2022. November to January, you should be receiving that in March of 2022. And February to March, you should be receiving that, in April of 2022, and then so on. Michigan, they're saying on a monthly basis. Minnesota, they're also saying on a monthly basis. Nebraska, they're saying that you should be receiving this by March 11th. However, August to October, you should be receiving that in April 2022. November to January, January, you should be receiving that in May of 2022. And then February and March, you're receiving that in June of 2022. Again, this is for the entire school year of 2021-2022. All right, just so we're not confused, New Mexico, they're saying that you should have gotten in January 2022, then monthly after that. North Carolina, they're saying monthly. However, it'll be in between the 25th and the 30th. Ohio, they're also saying monthly. Puerto Rico, August to December of 2021. You should be receiving that in March of 2022. Then monthly after that. Rhode Island, if your kid is in public school, you should be receiving this at the end of March and then monthly after that. Tennessee, August. For Tennessee, from August of 2021 to May of 2022, you should get that in one-time payment in May of 2022. August. Texas, from August to December, you should get that in late April. From January to June, you get that in August. January and June, you should get that in August of 2022. And then every 4 months after that. Utah, from September 2001 to February 2022, you should be receiving that in May of 2022. And then from March to April 2022, you should get that in June, and then so on and so on every 2 months after that. Vermont, September to January in one issuance. And then the second disbursement should be in June, and that will cover from January on. And for Virginia, they're saying monthly. However, prior to that, in March of 2022, you should be receiving all the back payments since August of 2021. West Virginia, August to December, you should be receiving that in April 11th. And from January to March, you'll be receiving that by May 12th. Wisconsin, lastly on the list, is August to October in March, and November and December in April. Again, that was your school year 2021-2022, Pandemic 3.0. All right, and from February 2022, initially we only had about 5 states that was left. Well, one has just been added, y'all. So there's one more state left. Even though the month is over. Yes, you're not tripping. Now those 6 states are California, Hawaii, Kansas, Minnesota, Nebraska, and Vermont. And all of that brings us to 6 states now for February 2022 payments. California, Hawaii, Kansas, Minnesota, Nevada, and Vermont. California, March 19th and the 26th. Hawaii, March 14th. Kansas, March 15th through the 24th. Minnesota, March 8th through the 31st. Nevada, March 12th through the 15th. And lastly, Vermont, March 14th. Yes. Okay, and for March of 2022, the states keep going up. At this point, we have 39 states available, y'all. That's almost 10 more than what we had from the last video. So stay tuned for that. With that being said, 39 states have been approved. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, California, Colorado, Connecticut, D.C., Washington, D.C., Georgia, Guam, Hawaii, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina. Whew. Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington State, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. And those dates do you ask, since we have so much more? All right, Alabama, March 31st or April 1st. Alaska, all month long, they're saying. Arizona, March 1st through the 14th. California, April 16th. Colorado, March 16th through the 11th. Connecticut, March 17th, and then every Friday after that. Delaware, March 23rd. Washington, D.C., they're saying your regular issuing dates. Georgia, March 20th through the 31st. Guam, which is a territory of the United States, March 18th. Hawaii, April 12th. Illinois, March 21st through the 29th. Indiana, March 25th through the 23rd, odd days only. Iowa, March 1st through the 10th. Kansas, April 15th through the 24th. Kentucky, March 2nd through the 19th. Louisiana, March 5th, 12th, 19th, and 26th. Maine, March 10th. Maryland, March 1st through the 31st. Massachusetts, April 4th. Michigan, March 19th through the 28th. New Hampshire, March 3rd, 18th, April 3rd, and the 15th. New Jersey, March 1st through the 5th, so you should have gotten most of these already. New Mexico, March 1st through the 31st. New York City is March 17th through the 30th. New York State is March 1st through the 17th. North Carolina is March 22nd of 2021. Ohio is March 24th. Oklahoma, March 10th through the 15th. Oregon, you got 3 rounds going on. March 11th, 31st, or April 2nd. Pennsylvania, March 17th through the 30th, or May 6th for the final run if they've missed anybody. Rhode Island, March 3rd. South Carolina, March 1st through the 28th. Texas, March 7th through the 11th. Utah, March 27th. Vermont, April 14th. Virginia, March 16th. Washington State is March 2nd through the 20th. West Virginia, March 3rd, and final run on April 13th. And lastly, Wisconsin, March 19th or May 7th for the final run. And for the summer pandemic EBT, I only have 3 states as of right now. However, only one of them giving us $1 amount. Nonetheless, the list is growing, y'all. So we have Guam, Mississippi, and West Virginia. Guam, they're saying $438. I want to tell you about this now because they're saying that they're going to give it to you now in March of 2022. One-time payment, although it's for the summer of 2022. So yes, you've heard that correctly. You're going to get it this month for the summer. Several months in advance. Plan wisely, residents of Guam. Mississippi is also on the list. No information given yet, but they have been approved for the list. And lastly, West Virginia. From June to August, you should receive that in mid to late August of 2022. So again, Guam, Mississippi, and West Virginia are the only 3 that's so far on the list for the summer pandemic EBT. And did you like, comment, subscribe, and share? Did you like, comment, subscribe, and share? I'm going to need the algorithm of YouTube, TikTok, all that good stuff to know that the official TAI exists. And I cannot do that without the help of you. So please, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Later.